Hi, and welcome to Clappia. In this video, we will see how to use the progress bar available in Clappia. The progress bar is used to visually represent progress based on values calculated from other fields. Let's see how to use it with the help of a simple example. Now, in my dashboard, I will select this app that I've created earlier. Now, over here, I've already created an application to track the progress of a project. For the sake of example, I've kept this app very small and simple. Now, I would like to add a progress bar to this app to show the overall completion status of various project phases. For example, if I select completed for one phase, the progress should be seen like so. To do this, I'll go to the Design app where I can edit the application. Here you can see all the earlier fields. Now I'll click on Add Field and select the progress bar. The progress bar can be configured on the right hand panel. So let's set it up. First, I will give it a label. Maybe just let it be progress. Next, we'll add a progress formula. This appears by default. You can remove it and give in your required formula. Spreadsheet formula and logic is accepted here, and you can pull up any field values during submission by typing in @ followed by the field name. You will see the list of fields that you can select from this app. The formula I'll be adding calculates the progress by checking if each project phase is marked as completed. Notice that I mentioned if, therefore I will use the if condition over here. The progress formula defines how the progress is calculated based on the fields in your app. You need to manually configure this formula to calculate progress based on the completion of specific fields. Any field can contribute to the progress, and you can use a formula to set how this is calculated. So the formula I'll be using is if @ design phase, select this, equals to completed. So if design phase is selected as completed, I will assign the value 1, else it will be 0. Let's see how this particular formula looks like in App Home. I'll remove the progress text for now. This also appears by default. So going to App Home, you can see the progress bar has appeared over here in the app. Now I've given the condition if design phase is selected as completed, the value is 1, else 0. So since nothing is selected, there is no progress. But if I select completed, it gives me 100%. Now let's say I want to track the progress for each phase mentioned over here. So I'll change the formula in Design app. Now I've already assigned a value for the design phase. So I'll assign values for the remaining fields. So here in progress formula, I'll type in plus if @ development phase equals to completed. It is 1, else 0. And I'll do the same for the remaining two fields. Now I've given the value as 1 for every field. So I will divide this whole thing by 4. Now this formula divides the total completed phases by 4 to show the average progress of each field. I can also instead set the values individually, like removing 1 and giving equal weightage for every field. So let's say I remove divided by 4, and in place of 1, I give in 0.25. This will be the exact same as the previous formula, but by giving equal weightage. If I want to give more weightage for a particular field, I can change the values. So let's say development has a lesser weightage and testing has more. So this totally equals to 1. Now I'll save this. Let's check this out in App Home. Now once I click on completed for design phase, you can see 1/4 of the progress is completed. If I select development phase as completed, you can see it is slightly less than half. That is because I give little less weightage to this field, and for testing phase, the weightage is more. So now since these three fields have been completed, 3/4 of the progress has been completed. And then finally the deployment. In case your app is similar to this example and you'd like these fields to show up only once it's completed, for example, once design phase is selected as completed, then only the development phase appears in the app, and so on, you can use display conditions for each field. That is explained in another video. I will link that in the description. You will also see part of that example later on in this video. Now, what if I need additional text to display the total progress, like so? For that, I'll go to Design app again. And for the progress bars, right panel, we have progress text, where you can display the progress in text format. Let's say I wanted to say 1 out of 4 or maybe 2 out of 4 phases completed and so on. I will simply type it in over here. But do note that you cannot use spreadsheet logic like how I did for the progress formula, but you can still pull up field values. So to pull the progress dynamically, I'll add another field and select the calculations and logic block. If you wish to know how to use this block in detail, there is a separate video on it. It will be linked in the description. I can simply copy the same formula from here and paste it here under the formula option. For calculating the number of phases completed, I will change the weightage back to 1 for every field and save this. If you don't want this to be seen in your app, you can go to the advanced section and enable the hidden option. Now, going back to the progress bar, for the progress text, I'll pull up the field value. So at the rate, since I haven't changed the name, I'll just type in calculations and logic, select this field and type in the rest of the text. Now I'll save this. You can see the progress text has appeared at the bottom over here. This will automatically capture the value from this block. This block will remain hidden in the app. So let's check this out in app home. Now as you can see, it says 0 out of 4 phases completed because nothing is selected. Now if I select completed in design phase, it says 1 out of 4. And if I do it for the rest, it gets calculated automatically and the calculations block is hidden. Now let's say I'd like this field to appear only once a project is selected. I can implement a display condition for the progress bar. So in Design app, in the progress bar's right panel, go to the advanced section and here we have display this field if. You can give your conditions to make this field appear on your requirements. Again, you can use spreadsheet functions here. So as I said, when a project is selected, then the progress bar should appear. So here display this field if at the rate project, which is this field, not equals to null. What this logic means is that the progress bar will appear only if something is selected in this field. And I'll save this. So again, checking it out in app home, you can see the progress bar is no longer visible in the app, but if I select a project, let's say I select project 1, the progress bar appears. So this is how the progress bar works in Clappia. You can give any type of formula to calculate the progress of every field. You can give weightages, you can give percentages, and so on. Now this field will also work the same way in the Clappia mobile app. If you haven't downloaded it already, you can do so either on Play Store or App Store. And the moment you create your app, make edits or assign it to your users, it'll be live and ready to use instantly. If you have any doubts about configuring the progress bar or on any other feature in Clappia, feel free to reach out to us by clicking on Request Support. Thank you.